Okay, hi. So here goes. I guess my first YouTube um, video. Well, not my first, but certainly regarding mental health and my mental health specifically. And I just wanted to express what I've gone through over the last few days, about a week now, during my birthday and Christmas period. And for those who don't know, I have bipolar type 2, borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder, and anxiety. Now, I'm heavily medicated, so I'm heavily medicated, but it doesn't stop the darkness seeping through the gaps, so to speak. So without going on and on and on about it, I kind of just want to really point out that the festive season isn't always so great for people, and it's made even harder by social media, which I'll come to in a bit. But for me, my birthday signalled my first year anniversary of going to the doctors. It was a year ago that I had an emotional breakdown and went to the doctor for the very first time. Now, in hindsight, tells me that I actually have been quite unwell for some time. I just shrugged it off and swept it under the carpet, didn't want to deal with it, put it in that corner. But so events happened on my birthday last year that led me to go to the doctor. Fast forward a year, I've tried to kill myself. I've self-harmed countless times. I've put myself into hospital for 4 weeks. That's when I got diagnosed with bipolar and put on proper medication, which certainly worked to some degree. But as I said previously, it doesn't stop the darkness from seeping through. So this year, the year anniversary was really quite an important milestone. It built up in my own head, obviously, but I think most people would see it as such. And I came over to Perth. I came over to Western Australia from Sydney for a job trial. So I knew that I'd be on my own, and I thought I would be strong enough to deal with whatever happens because I'm on my own. To say I've struggled is an understatement, but I haven't self-harmed and I haven't tried to take my own life. So I guess pros, yay. But yeah, it's been difficult. When I came over, I don't know why, I just thought, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be okay. On my birthday, was the last day of my job trial. Went well, but there's a lot of unsettled feelings at the moment in my life as to what I'm doing, where I'm gonna what I'm gonna do for work. Am I gonna stay in Australia? Am I gonna go home? Am I staying in Perth? And if I go home, where am I gonna go home? Who's gonna have me? Blah blah blah. There's a lot going on in this brain of mine, and it all sort of was swirling around on Friday last week, and I just had a very, really the core feelings, feelings or emotions that I've been experiencing have been lost, confusion, loneliness, isolation, etc. So anyway, so people were texting me and posting on my Facebook wall, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. And although the sentiment from these people were kindness and it was love, and I know that deep down, but reading it on a bit of paper, or on a screen, on an iPad or an iPhone or whatever, it's like jumbled up letters. You see it, like you can see letters, you can see the words even, but you just can't get to the core of it, like the heart of it. You don't get the message. You're wondering why people are messaging you happy birthday, wishing you well. Why would they wish me well? I'm insignificant. I'm not worth thinking about. So that's that. So then I removed the ability for people to post on my Facebook wall because I couldn't deal with it anymore. And then a couple of days later, I've stayed feeling the same way. And then I think Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, I completely come off Facebook altogether. I just didn't want to see. So as previously mentioned earlier on in the video, that social media, there is a lot of us out there that struggle at this time of the year for one reason or another. And as wonderful as it is, social media in forms of connection, it can really make people suffer. And for me, I know that if I didn't come off social media during that time, I would be going through it constantly, just looking at how wonderful everyone's Christmases were, and how delicious their food looks, and how happy they were, and the gifts they received, and the gifts that they gave, and giving, receiving, blah blah blah. And I didn't have that, and it feeds into certainly my borderline personality disorder of this feeling of rejection or abandonment, and caused by myself. I'm very aware, but at the same time, it doesn't stop me from feeling like, and then I didn't want people wishing me a Merry Christmas because there's nothing merry about it, I'm just on my own. I'm looking after Gus, the dog, so it's there was really very, very little in the way of joy. Since Christmas, I have got myself out and about a little bit. So I went and watched the sunset on Christmas Day. I watched the sunset on my birthday as well, actually. And I went out for a walk today. And obviously Gus has kept me company. But I just really wanted to highlight that, I don't know really, I'm just trying to put it out there that the thought should be given to those that aren't fortunate enough for whatever reason, whether it be mental health or financial or whatever, over the Christmas period. It's tough. Like it's not an easy time to be unwell or for whatever. And I'm hoping that by opening up to whoever decides to watch this on YouTube, by opening up about my own mental health, that it makes it easier for me to open myself up to other people and to my loved ones, and to get a kind of an insight into how my brain ticks or doesn't. and it's hard because I have done a couple of videos that I haven't posted because they'll I didn't want to ruin anyone's Christmas or worry anyone or whatever. Like, so I was recording stuff as I was feeling it, so that I know you can get an insight into mental health. I'm trying not to hide it. I'm trying to be quite transparent, and I'm hoping that works out for me and for anyone else that's like struggling. It's like, honestly, if you've got any questions, what I will do is probably a friend of mine suggested putting out their thoughts on how to ways you can kind of skills that you can use to cope in times of a crisis, or when you feel a crisis is building up, that you can use. So maybe next video I'll do that and throw out some ideas that I find quite helpful. So that's that. Like I say, I'm still very much confused about my own life, let alone the whole what's going on in this brain, the bipolar and etc. etc. That aside, if I didn't have that, I would still have this confusion over what I'm doing with my life right now, having just turned 35, and I don't know if I'm coming or going or anything, so, and I don't know what I want, so, and then you throw in all the mental stuff into the mix, it's fuels fire, like it just creates this monster of a feeling, of a darkness, and we all have it. We all have the darkness within us. We all have, not one of us on this planet is centered, balanced. We're all on a scale of some description, and that scale moves throughout the time, throughout the day, or throughout the week, or throughout the month, whatever. We all, and most people sit somewhere in the middle, and then there's some of us that go either extremes, and so I'm just trying to get my shit together, work out what it is that I want, or what's going to make me happy, and then go from there. It's just I don't know what that is. I laugh, but I don't. It's, do I want to go home, or do I want to stay here in Australia? I mean, honestly, it changes by the hour, by the minute, sometimes. This morning I woke up thinking, I want to stay, and then an hour later I'm like, no, I want to go home. I started watching The Only Way Is Thatis. It's now on Netflix over here, so I was like, oh my god, I miss home. So anyway, on that note, on the Towie note, I shall bid you farewell. If there's anything you would like me to discuss or whatever, just feel free to comment. And if not, then just don't.